With the Aluka signing as a substitute, the pressure is on.
And I think early on here, we were worried with this team, like Sim's gonna need some help. That's the feeling so far, right? Like, yeah. Even with him being a monster, he's, with his schedule, he's just shy of like a 1-3 overall. Like, he's been nuts, but do you need an Aluka to come in? Or does he light the fire under some of the other guys to step it up? Because as much as we're looking at draws, Aluka can run both weapons. It could be anybody.
Yeah,
really,
it could be
how
anybody.
stuff goes.
But yeah, that was just sort of the discussion around FaZe was just, in terms of going up against the best of the best. Is someone like for or Draza going to step up?
Yeah.
You need that consistency out of a Booza. So far in the Hardpoint, it hasn't been great, but fact is they're 2-1 with that strength of schedule.
True, but we'll see if they can stay on top when it comes to Search and Destroy. It's gonna be an interesting matchup in this particular series, but we were just touching, Ant was just touching on the breakoffs for Optic, their advantage in the opening P1, what they've been able to do. So far, so good.
Yeah, well, Shotzi got the FBC, so something changed over the last hour. Not exactly sure.
Okay.
But all right, yeah, again, another very strong breakoff here for Optic. Everybody's finding kills. Mercury's on 3 in a row. Hook locking down Deli plus rotation towards P2. Well, Dave, let's talk about it. Well, we see it again.
Yep, great start, but a big wave of kills there. It's gonna be 4 dead. As FaZe will clear the map, get mid-map control, and now have a nice little cushion here to set up for the P2. But these opening fights going to be big. So far, going the way of FaZe as they look to lock it down. 2 more players through Optic, through mid-map as they're getting shut down. So this is FaZe's chance to answer, doing a solid job here.
Yeah, I mean, Draza picks up the wide pinch. That was Shotzi trying to take her out. So you now know where where Optic is pushing from, so you can get into your strong setup. Don't lose some early deaths, and you just see the top right. I mean, we are at, 9 kills in a row here for FaZe. They've answered that strong start for Optic.
Well, I thought was interesting is when Ant was talking about the hardpoint struggles for Optic, kind of not reading a couple spawns, like spawn outs, stuff like that. That's exactly what's been for FaZe. Honestly, like if you go back and watch it, there's these little moments where they don't read a spawn and things fall apart. So both teams, honestly, some very similar weaknesses when it comes to hardpoint, but the type of stuff that you imagine they can iron out.
And well, Draza just trying to get into his bag, right? Pressure on potentially 6 in a row. Loves playing Optic.
How do you feel about that? Because Draws, we've always known, we've never really wondered about his like work ethic or anything because he's always been a grinder, right? Like came here from Alaska, wanted it more than other people. That's been something we've said for him. But maybe, it's been years. Maybe a kick in the ass isn't the worst thing with somebody kind of lurking in the shadows behind you.
It's human nature, right?
Yeah.
I'm a fan of it for a lot of these teams, sort of picking up subs and just saying, like, I mean, it happens. We're professional sports, right?
Yeah.
You know the young guys are there, so I am a fan of it.
Yeah, we'll see if it just leads to a better draws. So far, so good as he's 10-4. The CEO frying early on after the great start from Optic. It has been all FaZe Vegas. They've chained together 2 and 3. Draza's holding it down. Trophy out for coverage. Pistol in for damage. Good help from Abuza as they continue to find the time. But Hook's double. Maybe finding some life towards the point, but Sip is still here.
Yeah, we're still seeing like 3, M15s, especially on a map like Scar. We've seen it from 04. We see it there from Hook. Trades back and forth. Optic wants some forward pressure. But you can see the spawns are there, and then Abuza cutting down middle of the map. We talked about sort of the strong AR duo on Optic's side, but look at this. A 25-11 start here from Draza and
He's
Abuza.
gonna abuse you. Yeah. Kind of worked, honestly. Kind of worked in that sequence, but yeah, the point's still flowing. Draza is still flowing. I mean, it has honestly been the simp show in the respawns for them, and that's not what it is right now. And what do you know? They're up 60. You want to see the other guys step it up, and they are doing that. As far as the struggles, like Shotzi, really the hard point has been, he has like a 1-4 in overload, but a 0.7-ish when it comes to the hard point. The struggles still continue. He's 5-12 right now. Not seeming to click yet, but still a lot of map to go. FaZe started down, now up. Looking to run away with this thing. Let's go to a listen in with FaZe Vegas.
Good time.
Yeah, you good.
You reach out, he's front middle.
Keep fucking fronting.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm going left.
Heading left. Yo, white wall, to the left, white wall. White wall, box. White wall.
Weak white wall to the right. You're better.
Better.
One
I'll take
nice.
it. I have time.
If you want Kyle, guys. If you want Kyle, I help you one. Give me time. Top green.
I got 80. Yo, he's playing somewhere. He's playing somewhere.
It's top green.
Got it. Yeah, play something.
And pallets. Pallets and top green.
He saw me playing.
Hey, we're getting middle left.
Anytime. Counter me. Low right.
I'm sending mid.
Pallets.
Shit on. Nice.
Low P3.
Top green on time. Top green on time. Yeah. Merch here.
Nice job.
Window.
Nice. Big time.
Take time.
Way better, Zach.
Great. Watch this one. One Z fight.
Pick it.
I'm out right.
I got it.
I'm left. On time. I'm challenged sold. I'll be top green. Brandon. I'm one shot. That's it.
There's one there back. Run the receptor.
White wall time, I think. White wall time.
Weak. I think twice again. He's shutting dead.
Hey, nice.
White wall. He's probably
One time. Hey,
Take it.
Nice.
Watch out. I'm saying
Optic, we're down 60 before the listen in, now down 30, mounting the comeback. Let's hear the comps from Optic Texas.
Yeah.
I stunned 2 times.
I'm on a pinch. Left side time.
Stay alive.
One shot. One still shot. Nice. Three. Shot.
Really.
There.
They're gonna be on me now.
Yeah, I think maybe they spawned.
Be cut.
One shot blue, one shot that.
They got splits.
He cut a bullet. Oh, for it.
One against that.
Spawn green.
Blue. I spawn blue. Yeah, spawn blue.
04 on
Is there any on
top.
blue?
04 is one shot. One is wood steps too.
Blue's is one shot. Blue's is on. Low search.
One shot 04 on time. One shot 04 on time.
He's low time, Abuza.
Stay close.
He's pinch 04. Still chop, he's just holding.
Blue's is on time. Top bullet. Blue's is so weak. One top back. Top back and one guy's low left.
Better just bang front together.
Yep.
There's a guy shot. He's playing. You white wall me. A bullet white wall.
Top dark, dead.
Is it?
Be close, right? He's pinching blue.
One guy's pitching blue. 04. Blue is up.
The top one. Still there.
A bullet. Not on top.
Top, not weak.
Top, one shot. I have no ammo.
Nice. They're gonna keep loading. They're gonna keep loading.
Top.
Yeah, play new. We're good.
They're gonna be shop and gens already.
Shop a bullet.
Shop dead. Gens dead.
Nice.
Definitely new. One's definitely new. I still on our side new.
I don't think the listen-ins could have been more different. Like, FaZe was turned, Optic are chilling.
Yeah, I mean, they're just relaxing. You hear like Mercury's, all right, let's just rotate. Dude.
Yeah. I love it though. Like, I'm always a fan of like the calmer comms. I mean, I know they're losing right now, and maybe as a fan you want more energy, but like, I liked it.
Maybe you just want some more voices here and there.
Yeah.
Getting on the same page, but they're on the same page. Listen, when they're winning and it sounds like that, it's beautiful.
Yes.
It really is. But yeah, it is just the intensity from FaZe from the get-go has been here. And well, 29-19 from Draza.
I think that's what made it so weird is coming out of FaZe into that. I was like, what the hell? It sounded
They're playing
crazy.
2 different games.
No, I know, exactly. Back within 60 or so, but they haven't been able to get over this comeback, over this hump. They've mounted the comeback a bit, but never really been able to close it. 04, Draza, Abuza, everyone putting in. I mean, honestly, with the lead and some negatives, like, okay, great, all right. He's like, fine, I don't have that drop of 1-3 and a hard point. They were losing those hard points, so this much more of a team effort. He's leading the way in time. They've got a nice advantage, and maybe this is where the comeback starts.
No, this is the
position
chance.
of your Optic Texas. Here we go.
Yeah, this is the chance. You talk about 2 different playstyles. I mean, Shotzi's running around Scar with an MPC. He's had a couple of streaks, but really, you've seen it from his POV. Some of the gunfights have been so tough, but that was your chance if you were Optic. You had an early rotation towards his P4, Money Hill, but instead, Draza just walks on through, hip fires too, and he's in his spot.
Exactly. Maybe this is where the MPC would be disgusting, but Draza's getting it done hip firing his AR.
Well, yeah, but shot to his middle deli, right? He wasn't inside the hill. So ends up just getting caught, but that was your chance to get back to the game if you were Optic.
Well, FaZe have not been able to win hard points at all. We've thought if there's improvements there, they're gonna be disgusting. Draza is awoken, 35-21, 5 straight for him. Listen, I don't want to put it all in the Luka pickup, but it may have lit a fire.
No, it's hard not to. It really is hard not to. And obviously, again, this is an emotional matchup anyways, right? Optic versus FaZe, but
some extra.
With everything that sort of happens, he knows. He is in the sort of the crosshair. So eyes on him so far. So good. Optic still fighting though in this map 1.
Abuza gets a double though, trying to get some pressure towards the point. We'll see if his kills will set him up. The back spawn is still there for Optic. They're gonna have to go crazy here. We've had so many nutty comebacks. I feel like they're already in Hardpoint in this title. You can't count them out yet. Nice little sequence there. You got NPCs, 2 of them out for the Optic squad as they're able to lay waste to that front line of FaZe. So far, so good for this time. They get the rest of this, what? Back within 40, still work to do.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of this hill, right? I mean, they just want to flood on through, control top green, and the gunfights around the hill. That is where you're going to have the advantage with the NPC. So you had like 5 or 6 in a row from the SMGs, but you're not panicking yet if you are FaZe. You find a couple of kills with Dashy going to respond. Some scrap time going the way of Simp. But now, you're gonna have everyone off spawn for FaZe a little bit late on this rotation.
Here we go. Some big gunfights going down for mid-map control. Popping into the point, though, is going to be FaZe first. Every second counts. Another multi-kill for Draz. The Dravic going to win that fight as 0-4 will put Mercules down. 13 points for the W. FaZe looking to close it out. Another win at mid for Abuza. Draza winning his ones. Finally going to drop. He's up to 42 and 26. Last ditch effort now for Optic Texas. They try to break in. Just trying to contest. Extend this as much as they can.
And as much as we're talking about him, right behind him is Abuza. I mean, this AR duo is 80 plus right now. Still not like the biggest blowout, but there we go. FaZe gonna take map 1. And I mean, you had the nice break from Optic, but then after that, it was all FaZe.
I mean, the AR duo has been their biggest weakness, I think, for this FaZe team. When it is their biggest strength, that's what it looks like. An unreal result. Simp has a human map. He's like, all right, boys. You saw he was ecstatic afterwards. He fired up. He's like, that's what I want. I want to see these guys firing, the teammates stepping up in a big way. New look draws. Listen, it's one map, but I guess you and I, like, dude, just on the car right over here, just talked a lot about Aluka, and Draza is, we know him as a human, as a player in his career, and like what this might do, and we weren't really sure how much impact it would have. Yeah, so far it looks good.
Yeah, I mean, Draza was just a guy who never really got outworked. That was kind of his stigma.
Yeah, yeah.
And again, everybody's human.
Yeah,
he's been playing for a long time.
He's got a kid now. Yeah, life's different, right?
Like, yeah, so there's a lot of things that go on, but the fact is FaZe are saying we wanna win. So yeah, they pick up Aluka, but Draza with a great map, Abuza with a great map in FaZe. We talked about sort of their slow starts, 0-3 in map 1s coming into this, but a statement here.
4,500 damage, 43 kills. Big draws going huge in the map 1. The hard points, I think, were one of the biggest focal points in this matchup, just because that's been the pain point for these two teams. But I think what I'm most excited to see is surge between the two teams.
Yeah, what, 4-1 on one side, like 3-0 on the other, undefeated if you're Optic. So these searches should be a great time.
Well, we'll look at some of the highlights here from the map 1. I mean, honestly, you had that break-off segment that Ant did. The break-off was good. You went up like 30-0. But after that, it was what, like 90 straight points or whatever it was for FaZe. Like, they're able to chain 2 and 3 together nicely. They mount up a bit of a lead. And like, what, at some point in the mid-game, I think when we went to the first listen in, Optic really chipped away at it, got it within, what, about 20, 30 points? That's the closest they got.
Yeah, and you've, had a couple of these styles where, just different play styles, what guns you want to use on certain hills. We saw it here again. It almost reminded me of like the kickoff tournament when we saw like G2 run around with Dravics and they were kind of dominating. But here, a couple of times when Shotzi and Hoop tried running like the NPCs, like there were some moments where it worked, but then you just saw like 3 to 4 M15s in the feed for FaZe.
I'm just surprised. It's Scar. Yeah. It's surprising. Even right when you saw it, you were like, huh.
Yeah, no, I was. So maybe it was just something that worked in scrims, but 100%. Didn't work in this map.
Might be. There might be adjustments on the Optic side for that going forward. Or it might just be a matchup thing between this particular team and all the ARs they wanted to run. But solid result for FaZe. The hardpoint woes for Optic continue. FaZe, the only hardpoint win was this is what's bad for Optic. It was the Colossus win over Koi, and they destroyed them. Like, it was an absolute blowout, and, well, that's map 4. That's FaZe's pick. FaZe, I know, want to play Blackheart. I know it's a great map for them in scrims and stuff. That just gets banned by Optic. I think their second go-to is apparently going to be Colossus, and we just saw it the one time, but they look good.
Optic haven't played it yet, so we'll see how they look in that if we get to the map 4. But, yeah, you're going to have Colossus here in the map number 2. But, yeah, just talking about those vetoes. I think probably the one thing, though, for Optic, and if you're an Optic fan, I think they clear just everybody on Den Overload, and you get that map 3.
But yeah, this is just where this gets tricky, and it plays to FaZe's favor now because of the type of team they are with their coaching staff and stuff. They've always been a team B when it comes to the ban and picks and stuff. And like, so basically what, like they win Optic Hardpoint. This is now their search and destroy. They pick the map 3. I think you're still favoring Optic, but they pick the map 3 like these next couple of maps, and then it's their map 4. So like winning the map 1 when you're Team B is huge. It is. It always has been. FaZe have always done it that way. Still a winnable series for Optic, but it definitely, that's a nice steal from FaZe to start.
Yeah, I mean, again, you're perfect 7-0 if you're Optic in 2-3-5. So no worries whatsoever. You're cool, calm, collected, just like those comms were in map 1.
I couldn't tell. Like we were sitting there listening. I'm like, I don't know if it's just because I usually really like the calmer comms. Like I said, like when they brought Mercules in, it was a listen on like Hacienda. I was like, holy shit, this is great. It was so good. Just good little small talk. No like extra over talking, not just calling dead constantly or one shot. It was really good and calm. It's just crazy how different it sounds when you're like winning versus when you're losing and coming out of FaZe's crazy one. I was like, what am I listening to?
The complete total opposites. Total opposites. It really was.
Yeah, and I think like if they were like winning, it wouldn't have sounded weird to me. And if it wasn't right after the face, maybe it wouldn't have sounded weird. But in that moment, I was like, what the hell?
I just think in general you want cool, calm, collected. Or at least I always have. But normally you want a couple of voices.
It depends on the players. But yeah, I know you're someone.
Yeah,
you're yelling like that, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, you probably just want a couple more voices. A little bit more back and forth, but should have just been, you know, when we jumped into that listening.
Yeah, might have been. Now 2 incredible teams in search and destroy face off on Colossus. This will be FaZe's pick. Offense for Optic to open things up as they're working towards Statue and trying to find an opening. FaZe playing deep for the most part. Fortis kind of shouldering for info there, and while he's gonna make some nice shots, it'll back up Hook because he was a bullet. Abuza finds the blood. Shotzzy weak and doesn't want to take that fight, but a flurry of trades go down after that, and we find ourselves into a 2-on-2 quickly. Bomb is going to be down out towards B. 2 players here. Hook's got to try and get one or get away with his life. That is incredible out of Hook.
Now you just buy time for Shotzzy. Yeah, that's all you're doing. Just he ends up going down. Shotzzy doesn't see him, though. But Abuza going to get caught by Hook. What a round from the nuke.
Did he get 3? Did he get 1 in that first try? I think he did. I think he ended up with 3 in the round.
Yeah, but that's incredible. You were so split. I mean, you had what you wanted if you were FaZe. You isolated 1. You had the 1 versus 2. You just didn't get the trade quick enough. Well, you don't win the first gunfight. I mean, he's got an M15 there. Does that FaZe player, and Hook's still able to win that gunfight.
Just gets to the heady. And Reed Chow's beautiful.
And I think that FaZe player is probably like, oh, well, Shotzi's going to be near him. I'm going to get double chowed. So he tries to back away.
Yeah.
Doesn't go for the sort of solo one-on-one. Would have probably played that a little bit differently if he knew where Shotzi's position was.
Well, nice 3 versus 4 round win for Optic. Hook gets 3. Abuza's blood doesn't result in anything. Now we go to the snip snap. Dashy's got the big stick out. As Draza and Abuza starting to work towards him. 4 basically doing the same thing on both sides. He's gonna be shouldering mid for info. But they're grouping up now. Here we go.
I said no trophies early. Well, you're just going to throw a smoke is 0-4. And well, you're going to start that, but that is not going to work out well whatsoever. All 3 FaZe players just get cut down. Then it's a 1v4. And that's, yeah, I mean, the sniper's there.
We've seen it on like every map. Like players, you're hoping to almost like one-way people get to the edge of the smoke and catch up. Like he just got fried before he got to.
The smoke didn't bloom all the way.
Yeah,
he has to wait for that to bloom a little bit. He's running through it before it even pops.
Yeah, so he got cut down before he had a chance. We've seen a lot.
I mean, you're gonna see it just bloomed right away.
We've seen a lot of people make plays through smokes. That was not an example of it.
Yeah, and I think he was even like a step ahead, maybe 1 step ahead of his teammates. Draza does end up getting 2. That was it.
3. You know what? The opening round for Hook. Now 3 for Shotzzy in that one as they shut down that smoke push. Defense will set up a little bit different for FaZe. Looks like a 4 playing a little bit deeper now. So that'll be mid control for Optic Texas.
Yeah, Sim's trying to get pushed up towards tunnel side. But no trophies early, and well, Draza's gonna have to back all the way down. Now you're waiting for a little bit of help, and you're gonna get it.
That's good help. Got there just before Shotzzy could get the gap. That's a timing.
When is Sim gonna go? That's really it. He's playing info B side. He's waiting for his teammates. As soon as they start, you're gonna see number 5 start to fly. There he is. Hello, Dashy finds 1, keeps the numbers here for FaZe.
Nice patience here out of Simp, but he's going to get caught. Lurks too long. Hook will find him to a 2 versus 2. Hook was a playmaker in this scenario in the round 1. 4-1, trying to do it again. Mercury's gonna get caught. It's all gonna be on Hook. Trying to clutch up with the 1 versus 2. Already takes out 1.
I think he saw him.
Abuza versus Hook. Hook spotted and gets dropped. Yeah, I think he had the info, but Abuza's got the angle.
Well, he's just thinking maybe he's gonna wrap all the way through or catches him sprinting instead. Abuza just hits a bit of a slide backwards. Maybe it's a comm from a teammate or like a, you see the kill cam, like, yo, he's running towards you, but just backs up, knows he has the sub, plays his distance with the M15. Much needed around there for FaZe.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. Teammate comm or something. But yeah, that would have been, you throwing away round, not throwing away exactly, but you have numbers and you lose the round.
Yeah, it almost
tough
happened.
again
Yeah,
for
it
FaZe.
looks like I don't know. Weren't really challenging things together. There was a lot of separate gunfights there for FaZe, but still able to clutch it out.
And there hasn't been a lot of that in their search. The search has been efficient. I mean, their one loss was what the Thieves won, I think, like 6-4, and that was a great search. Shotzzy kind of lurk in the position we saw Simp doing in the last round. Dashy's got to be careful. Trophy saves him. Dashy gets out. You see the kind of hit marker trophy from Draz's POV.
Well, no trophy down, so Stun's gonna go out. Bomb is gonna be planted. Well, Hook's gonna find one. What is the trade? You're also gonna get the help from Hercules through tunnel side. Optic all over this.
4 by himself now. 38 HP. Not a lot he can do. There's gonna send it out.
He's a magician right now. A little nervous.
Yeah, well, I thought he was gonna get those first 2 that push clean.
Yeah.
I'm like, hold up, we're just gonna have a one-on-one. And with the smoke, he's gonna have time to reload.
I was like, yeah, the smoke helps you, but maybe not in the tunnel. But yeah, all right.
Yeah.
It ends up helping him.
And honestly, if he finishes the first or second, he wasn't panicked about someone maybe being on bomb. You can see he was flying out, worried somebody was on it, but he was good. Well, it almost became insane.
Almost, but honestly, it's all about the util. Just straight utility, the trophy on point there for Optic, and then just as soon as their stun and nades connect, they fly, and that's all who getting that first blood.
Yeah.
Just starting the domino effect there for Optic.
3-1 for Optic, back to offense now, different defensive look for FaZe. They've got 3 playing outer B in front of the snipe from Abuza, so his snipe gives a clearance to the lane. That's going to be room for the other 2 to push on forward. It's going to lead to a first blood.
And kind of mid-round is where Opti has had this advantage, but you're going to run together now as a unit. You know Abuza has a snipe out, so he's going to lock down the B lane.
We've seen a lot of that, like
3.
show snipe, hide your players,
Yep.
back someone down, they go. We've seen that in several maps, but it really works here on the outer side.
Draz is going to find another one, so 2 versus 3. Both these players just trying to find pace. Now all of FaZe going to fly forward.
Hercules has some incredible clutches. A couple 1v2s versus G2. They got him a search win. Looking to be the clutch god again here, but Bomb down over towards A. He's got to go through Simpa for Andraza, and they're hunting as a wolf pack currently. 30 seconds to work with. We'll see if he can muster some magic.
Yeah, map like Colossus, you're just going to run around like this is Jetpack God. Some similarities there. You're going to use your numbers. FaZe with another W.
They're climbing back into it now. And they're probably thinking, listen, we had a couple of winnable rounds, especially that round 1 they probably should have taken if not for the playmaking from Hook.
Hey, you see what they want to do, right? It's all really been about tunnel control for them, especially on defense these last few rounds, but this time they do it behind the sniper. So they switch things up, allow Simp and 04 to get tunnel side.
Well, it's like
able to find that first blood.
It's like tunnel or top mid, like when the fighting goes down, like the player with the instant trades typically flying from there, right?
Yep.
Tunnel or top mid, it's been Hook, it's been Simp. It's like, that help's coming. It's the quick help spot, but looks like Abuza will be probably sniping out towards B by himself, and the other 3, I thought were fast hit towards A for a second, but looks like just exhausted some utility, not chilling. It's not going to be sniped. It's going to be AR out, and they get aggressive here. He catches 1. That, I don't know if you need to do that one.
Well, he maybe thinks it's just Hooch, right? He's trying to get the second, but 04 is going to follow this up, and you just get around the corner. So yeah, bit of an overstep there from Abuza after that first blood into a 3 versus 3. Sim's gonna find Dashy, smoke going down from 04, and it's all about the finesse and FaZe. They're gonna rebound.
Okay, they rebound there. That's just one of the, I know you instantly are frustrated the second you see that type of play from Abuza. Like, you got your 1, you did the hard work, you don't need to jump out and overchow there. And 04 was coming through tunnel, I think, to help, or wherever he came to support, but the timing just a little bit off.
He just had those few bullets in the Hook, so he was like, I'm gonna get this kill.
Yeah.
Just doesn't happen. Gets baited into it, but it doesn't matter. His teammates have his back.
It's true. It's easy for us to say, and we know that.
Yeah.
It's a 3-man push, right?
But this has been cleaner these last couple of rounds. Just the way they're taking these fights, FaZe. I mean, it's been a lot behind Abuza locking down the B side. Just allowing the subs to work together. That's 6 in a row for Simp and 04.
You see just all the utility tossed towards Statue. Dashy trying to get a peek with the snipe. They want to go again. Abuza draws it, able to come away with kills. Simp wins a wild one. Hook for the clutch again. This will be a fast one. They've got his position. He is dropped. FaZe sent it, and that's now what? 3 in a row, 4 in a row?
Yeah, 3, 4 in a row there for FaZe. They're laughing, having a good time. But again, just instant mid pressure from FaZe. I mean, they hear the snipe, and they're sort of just like, all right, let's hit the go button. Well, it's behind the 2 subs. I mean, Shotzzy did end up getting 1. But then you just had numbers right around Statue did FaZe, and they're able to win it out.
It was about 7 seconds from when the first shot was fired to the end of the round. That's just one of those mixy ones that'll happen on a map like Colossus. But yeah, it's similar to the play they tried to make behind the smoke several rounds ago that fell apart. This time it works out. The streak for Simp continues. He's on 5 straight. He's real close to earning a Hellstorm, if that even matters. Could come into play if he's able to earn it. The aggressive offense didn't work, or defense didn't work out for Optic last time. This time, just kind of more standard.
In their default.
Yep.
It's all about info. Shotzi's the one guy, but you're gonna have a little bit of help from Hooch. Almost gets picked.
Well, that's where the Omni movement.
Yeah.
No Omni movement, you probably get picked. Whoa.
Yeah, well, Abuza probably is picked there as well. A little back and forth between both of these teams, and Abuza's gonna find first blood.
Can't Omni your way out of that one. Abuza puts him down. Another first blood. Force some damage in. He'll stay up. Spots Dashy towards the back, and that'll be the plant in. Numbers to FaZe again. And they'll increase. Simp, he earns the streak. He's 8 and 4. Slow start in this series, but coming alive in the big moments here in the map too.
Yeah, just the emphasis that FaZe have had, I think, is the difference on tunnel. Just tunnel control, really offense and defensive side. It just feels like, all right, there's so much pressure, so much attention to top mid in every single, game mode, hardpoint search. But really, what they've been doing is making sure they have tunnel control, starting their fights from there.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to make a quick play or change sides, we get tunnel. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, and when you're in your default the way Opti is, it's hard to get info onto that.
Yeah.
Right? You don't really have it. You're not going to overpeak in case Abuza has a snipe B side. So you don't really know where the push is coming from. So you're waiting on a deep shoulder.
Yeah, so what are the adjustments that Optic can try to make?
Yeah, I mean, that's when, you just try to switch it up and get aggressive. But the last time they did that B side, they ended up getting caught.
Yep. FaZe looking for the round for the 2-0 edge. See if they can get it done on defense. You still have that streak on Simp. Here's the aggressive play you were talking about.
Nice. Simp's not going to slide out, though.
So does he realize there's one close? He's going to have that info in a second. Oh, well, his teammate, unfortunately, gets the info. 4 comes in to help. Doesn't know a second player is there. And he's going to drop. Simp, though, great shots to finish off 1. Up to 8 now in a row. Double digits for him. 3 versus 3. Draws is trying to get away with his life, and he'll be able to do just that. Bomb site control over towards A is good, but they're clearing for info before they work the plant. And for FaZe, you're just rapping, and you got info on 1.
Yeah, and he ends up getting a gunfight. I thought he was just going to run into top, middle, and play the 3-on-3. Ends up getting a pick instead that allows Dashy to get into his spot. Beautiful stuff there from Mercules. Just the small details buttoned up.
It's funny because we watched Simp leave the guy. He saw it and just kept going, and then Draws just gets slammed right after. I thought, the calls just push through, leave him. Not going to be the call. Boo's able to take down 1 in the 1 versus 3. That's all he'll find. Optic staying alive in this map too. They've got to clutch up big time. A couple more rounds.
Well, that round they just take top mid control. The call is pull out the NPC and Shotzzy take a couple of gunfights, and he does just that. Not on the Simp, but I think on 04 when he's able to get some help. So that gives them map control, and then you try to work that flank. But heads up play from Mercules.
Yeah, no, and it's probably tough for 04 because I'm sure Simp's coming like, hey, he's at the back right head of you. Like, I have him pinned there. No idea that a second player. So if he
jumps up, and even with Shotzzy that close, you're gonna lose that jump.
Oh yeah, no, he hops up and is like, all right, well, I just got clotheslined. I was even thinking about a guy there. He's dead before he finishes mantling. Did we go to around 11 or does it end here? Abuza still snipe in hand. He's been efficient with it. We'll hop to Draws because he's a low man on the other side. And it looks like Opti was getting aggressive for a second. Draws will get that info now. Here's a streak. Gonna try and clear out towards B. That's why they're working B. They can use the streak to clear and get the plant in. So it's going to be pressure now on a 4 versus 4 retake. Unless this wraps in, it does wrap in and find the kill. So your clutch god and Hercules is out of it. 4v3 advantage and bomb planted for FaZe now. And look at the mini map. You've just got them pinned in. I mean, FaZe are pretty spread, but you got a lot of position.
Yeah, that's
info.
just it. The only worry is like these two players need to, play their life. A Simp almost gets caught after the streak, but he gets the help from Abuza. 04 finds the last. It is all down to Hook. Simp with the Hellstorm. Looking to win the game, but hold on. Hook trying to do what he can. FaZe up 2-0.
Yeah, Hook had that clutch in round 1. Maybe coming away with another one. That would have been insanity out of him, but not able to do it. And I mean, what? You go up 3-0? Was it to start?
Yeah, 3-0.
You go up 3-0. You're feeling good. It seemed like FaZe were a little discombobulated. You said they weren't really...
They were just a step or two off.
Yeah, timings were a little bit off. The trade wasn't there when you expected it to be, but things started to click. The adjustments were made for FaZe. And then, like you said, tunnel control was everything, and Optic struggled to deal with it.
No, they really did. I mean, props to FaZe. That's how they want to play this map. You should just kind of see the execution right from the get-go. But even just how quick they were with the, I don't know, the info they had. As soon as you see Dashy with a sniper B side on attack, we're going to push this right away. It was great strats from them, and well, Simp back to doing what he does,
dude.
Double digits.
But 1300 damage for 6. I mean, he's
got 5 assists.
Yeah, but him and Simp were combining for some kills there. Yeah, no, Simp had a very pedestrian map 1, like lowest damage on the team, went like -8 or whatever. But well, you know, he's a double-digit machine when it comes to search and destroy, and has an excellent map there. He's like, boys, all right, you got me in the respawn, I got you in the search.
But I think, I mean, honestly, that 04 stat line with those 5 assists just shows how well they started to work together deeper into that map.
No, 100%. Yeah, but the team shots weren't there. It seemed like they absolutely were. Now, I mean, the one good thing for Optic is you get to your maybe strongest map and mode, your strongest mode for sure. They've been lights out in Overload. I
don't know if anyone's been like club baby pairs. Like,
and there's probably, you don't think much probably changed over the break.
I mean, yeah, you're trying to button things up. You're watching these VODs, seeing what Optic is doing and trying to mimic that.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe some big FaZe improvements then. We'll find out if that'll be the case. They look to close it out 3-0. For Optic, you try to bounce back, reverse sweep. It's still in the cards. We're going to a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with map 3.
Oh, great. This again. Oh, they're gonna dig this.
Enemies up in my sight. They better run for the night. Cause when we show up, cause we load up, then we pow, pow, pow.
Finish the mission.
Hoorah!
Can I get some help?
On the way. Look out, freak bag.
Rising, they climbing, they guarantee we never stop.
It's you and me against the world.
Controlling the show. Blow for blow. You cannot see me. I leave eyes closed.
Wait, why are they showing that clip? Why are they showing this, man?
Oh, man.
Why are they showing our worst moments?
A few moments later.
Because I appreciated the 30 people in there watching. Why the do they keep showing it? They added it to the montage. They added it to the montage. Oh, man. You're telling me that they added that to the montage?
Absolute love
the Rio addition to the asset, and you get into the Karachi S&D just so.
From the depths, Optic are up. They're looking to take the map. They're looking to close the series. He may be enough. The tick not there. Oh, it is. I thought he contested, but instantly dropped. Heretics. Wow. Just barely able to take it and get us to the map 5. Insanity. What are we doing? He's getting caught. 9 seconds to go. Just has to stay alive. Can he get back to it? I don't know. I don't know. It's so close. He might have it. He might have this. Oh, with .1, Scrap gets it done.
Scuff, official controller of the CDL. Start the season strong with the 2026 Call of Duty League Pack. Grab yourself the CDL operator by scanning the QR code on screen or check it out in the Call of Duty store in-game now. Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
Is it really good time? Top. ASD, I'm one shot. I'm blocking. I saw left side blue. Give me time. I want to take it.
I got time. Let me go, okay? I'm on time. Take it. Dead. One shot. Let's go. Come on, man. Zach. Let's go, baby.
Zuma's fired up. The FaZe boys are fired up. Yeah, no, listen, you heard the listen-in. They came with the passion for this. I don't know that having comms like that is necessary all the time, but sometimes maybe for an online match, like, you know, the repetition of it, the wear of it on the year, like getting fired up like that, it can help. It seemed to help them in map 1.
No, I mean, yeah, energy in the room, right? Just get everybody going. It absolutely worked out map 1. It depends on the team for sure, but for those guys, and again, just all the storylines coming into this, it's what they wanted to see.
All right, now sell me on how Optic do the reverse sweep here.
I mean, they're the best overload team in the game, so it starts here in map number 1. I think there's no doubt about it. Like, again, they're going to figure out Hardpoint at some point.
How do you sell me on Colossus when they haven't played it yet and FaZe beat the shit out of Toronto?
I mean, I don't know. We could see Draza and 04 go double night.
There you go. Okay.
They could have a map.
I was wondering what you're going to come up with for that one.
Yeah, you could probably do the same thing.
Yeah.
We'll probably see a lot of ass whoopings on Black Card and Colossus throughout the year. It's just going to happen. But maybe it ends right here. Maybe we won't see it today.
This is the one that you probably, when you look to the series, you just check mark next Optic Texas.
Well, I don't know. I literally, since like the first week when they were streaming scrims, they just looked so good on Den, like everything. I think a big part of that is due to Shotzi. Like a 3-lane map like this, it feels like he has the right timings on when he can kind of go on long routes, just be so annoying to deal with. But yeah, can other teams catch up?
And that's what, maybe. I mean, you were focused on respawns in general. I think if you're FaZe Vegas over the break, but you're definitely, at least in this mode, probably watching a lot of Optic, what they were doing. They were playing so well. For's just been watching his crosses. His whole team has dropped, and that's going to be ball control towards B. They're funneling it forward. There is going to be a defensive hold or potential here. Draza and Simp set up to try and deal with this. Booza to help as well. Defense good so far. We'll see if they can turn this defense into some offense. They only lose 1 player. That's a nice backslide in second shot from Hercules, and that's what stops a counter type opportunity. That slows things down.
Well, and again, you had sort of ball moving, plus you had Shotzi on a pinch, right? He was winning some gunfights, and while he's going on it again, that number 2 arrow, just pay attention to it. Just always finds the timings, and well, it can be so tough because now Optic's going to be right into an attacking push due to this route, and now he is pushed forward with the NPC. If he got across the hut, he probably doesn't die.
And that's what we're going to keep an eye on a lot. I mean, you called it before it happened. This is what Shotzi did. Take these routes. He has been a thorn on the side of FaZe for the last 7 years because of routes like that. We're going to see if they're going to be able to pick them up better as we continue on. But now, an opportunity for FaZe to try and get forward. They got to go through the NPC here from Shotzi. He's able to take out one. He is traded out then, but any kind of offensive movement stalls out for a second while they wait for the players on spawn. Draza and Abuza try to get something done without their teammates. Draza's still lurking. And we'll see if he can find the play. He's able to get another one. A big one-on-one going down towards the ball. Sip is able to take. That's going to reset, though, back out to mid, so we'll start over.
Yeah, I think you take it if you're phase, right? Get it away from that side of the map. That's where Optic wants to take it. They want to attack the B zone. 04, he's going to be the guy on the other side trying to take the route, but Dash able to pick it up. So you see all the M15s in the feed right now for Optic starting to connect. That's going to be a 3 dead, so another chance for Optic to have map control and start to rotate it. But as soon as I say that, it is a double from Obuza. And well, that was a chance for Shotzzy with the MPC.
Well, those multi-kills, so crucial in retaining control or stopping something from happening. Getting aggressive on one side will be Simp. He's going to win his fight onto Dashy, but they still need mid-map and objective control, and that's where Optic have locked it down. So Simp's going to have to track back, and he does that perfectly. He's able to get 2, so he wins it on one side, tracks back to help on the other. Now on a one-on-one Dashy, Simp just gets 4 in a row. He's just frying basically everyone. He doesn't get the reload off in time, otherwise he might take out more. Does this set up a score? Still got to get through. Pistol only with ball in hand, not able to do it. Now it's just a Booza. It looks like the defense good enough, but that nearly was just a Simp takeover moment that led to a score.
Yeah, the problem is just like every fight was through the middle of the map, so you just spawn back lobby, right? Back dojo does Optic, so I mean, you had to rotate it through red if you were phased, and that gave them enough time. You found the kills, but you will take this. Behind, though, is going to be Simp. And well, this is exactly where you would want EMP control. A chance to score here for FaZe.
Not able to stay up, though, as the point man, but 04 will trade it out.
Behind.
He's got to win the one-on-one. He's able to do it. Nice pickup from Abuza, but you lose the point man. That, honestly, him having to turn there just delays it a bit. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I thought they lost 04 in front. They didn't. He's still up, so he's still got a great chance here. Nice win from Dashy. Abuza able to trade it. Can't get through because of Shotzzy. Go back to get it, and now the first score is through. Simp, another multi there. He's 14-7. And honestly, since he's turned it on, their offense has turned on.
Well, I'm going to say just great defense early from FaZe, and now they've just had, they're finding all the kills. They've had EMP control, and they're going to get it. They're going to chain 2 together right off a spawn. As soon as it spawns top rooftops, they were already in the spot they needed to beat a score.
All right, Hook maybe slows the bleeding for a second, gets a big multi-kill. Now this is your chance to answer if you're Optic Texas, but you got a streak 4-0-4.
If they were quick enough, though, this might not connect. Okay, well, Simp's going to hold the line. Simp is going to hold the line. He finds all 3. We talked about him getting 4. Now he gets a triple. And well, yeah, I mean, I guess you deal with the streak if you're Optic,
Who
but
needs
you
a
lose your
Hellstorm
chance.
when you have a Simp?
Yeah, it's a good point.
Up 2-0. 15 seconds plus OT time to try and get another score through. Simp just dancing. He's waiting on number 6, I believe, on 4 to maybe make a play or a booster to win a gunfight in front of him. Tries to stall out, but it's not going to happen. FaZe going to need some defense here. And well, it's Draza coming up with the defense. Able to get 2. And that will end the half. So yeah, some good defense turned into some great offense. And where we were talking about the routes from Shotzzy early, it became the Simp show in those positions.
No, and he kept going for him. I mean, he was like a step away a couple of times from them turning into like Optic scores, but that is just props to sort of like the red zone defense from FaZe. And then, yeah, just how efficient they were on the attack. Great job, but I mean, honestly, just all about the defense there, just early on, because that's what Optic's been so good at this entire year, just how efficient they have been as soon as they get map control.
Yeah, so it's like kind of the fight. Don't let them get map control.
Yeah.
Like, don't let them get EMP control. I mean, it's harder to, easier to say than do, but.
And just always be aware. All right, where you got this is when Tom's coming to play. Where is Shotzzy? He's coming off a spawn. Somebody picked up, whoever's last to spawn, picked up the pinch. This is exactly what they were doing.
Shotzzy has what, like a 1-4. In this mode. That's not gonna be the case right now. He struggled in the map 1 a bit as well. The respawns have been tough for him, but maybe he can turn it on now. He has one of the highest ceilings and honestly one of the lower floors when he's struggling, but it can go from floor to ceiling in what feels like an instant.
Well, it just feels like even though he has like a lower floor stats wise, just like sort of his presence, like everyone has to always be worried about sort of the routes that he's taking.
Oh, I'm sure it's conversation. Don't let him beat us type thing.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. But here's a chance. I mean, you're able to find 2 kills, and then right up the gut is Mercules. 2-1, game on here for Optic. And then they have roof control. As you can see, a couple of players from FaZe, they spawn over towards A.
First time they really get a good look at what they want, and can they turn it into more? Big one-on-one win there from Draws, so he can get back to try and cut it off defensively. That is massive from Draws. Had some help out, or sure, but he had to win a one-on-one really to pinch back. Otherwise, that's probably a second score for Optic Texas. So beautifully done. FaZe Vegas gonna try and now take this mid or to the bottom side of the map. They got some players to go through. Mercules is gonna be that player. Can he get 2? He's got help from Dashy. They're locking it down. But at least for now, I guess if you're FaZe, you got it out of that precarious position, but you're not out of harm's way yet.
And now Shotzi, there it is, right off his spawn. You see that number 2 starting to creep his way on up, and the last player has to pick it up, and 04 does it. Plus, you get all the kills if you are FaZe. Now, the one good thing for Optic is ball does reset. It resets and it spawns back over towards roof. I mean, this is kind of where you want it to be when you're on the Optic side. And Mercury's gonna find 2. Booz is gonna lock it down, and we're gonna have a tie game.
Tie game at that spot. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. There it is. 2-2. The kill comes in right after. But yeah, if that spawns anywhere else, you're probably in an okay position if you're FaZe, but it's spawning top. And that is, you did a lot of hard work to get it out of there, and then it just goes right back after the gunfights at mid. But now we head to where they want it. We go towards bottom, favor to FaZe here. When you talk about side you're trying to score from, they've given up 2. Shotzi is trying to maybe take a route. He's going to get back to help in time. They're going to need him to probably assist, or do they?
Well, Booz is watching middle of the map, right? Again, someone's always been aware of it. Booz was locking down mid, making sure his teammates had the cut, but now he's going to help. The front line, Simp hits the pistol shot. Simp going to give them the lead.
This just might be, where's the EMP spawning?
Oh, really? No, it honestly is. Yeah, both teams taking advantage. Yeah, where it's spawning.
Well, now this stretch, like mid to top, you feel like this is where Optic, you know, they did really well in the first part of this second half. A chance to maybe do it again. You got to fix some things if you're FaZe. I thought 04 might not walk away with any in an awkward situation. He does get 1. Again, Shotzi getting shut down as he tries to find an opening. I feel like Booz has been that guy many times.
I think Shotzi won 1 gunfight, but yeah, he couldn't really do anything else after that. Optic, though, they're going to take EMP, try to rotate this dojo side, but
they're fine with him getting 1. Still let me get more.
Yeah, no, it's exactly that. And well, you had some
here he goes again. Picked up again. It's Abuza.
Well, it's going to be all 4 dead. EMP now going to start to be working towards this low side. Raza does get across. Do they know that? I don't know if they do. He's going to be behind all 4 players here. And well, it doesn't really even matter. The nades are going to connect from 04 and Abuza. Draza gets the 4th. And well, FaZe up 2.
Well, we're waiting for Draza's time to make the play, and suddenly the entire Optic team gets blown to bits. 4-2 FaZe, 90 seconds to go. This is where your comeback starts if you're Optic, though. You got the MP spawn where you want it, but you don't have it. FaZe just gonna take it and get it out of there, and I love that. Yeah, get it out of here. Get it as far as you can.
He's gonna cut it off. Yeah, that is the risk. That's the risk of it. You try to play possession, a little keep away, but Shotzi, he picked it up, and well, still a minute left.
This has just all been about EMP spawn. We head to the bottom side now and a chance for a quick counter here. Optic have got to rally back. They got to be fast. Are they going to get there in time? Because already pushed forward is Simp. I don't even know if he has to win a gunfight. He's just got to be a distraction. 04 gets the kill. Simp gets 1. That's the quick counter score. This has been a wild and wacky map 3. But we're, what, 60 seconds from this being a 3-0 to FaZe, barring some crazy sequence here from Optic.
I mean, talk about a scoring show on the second half. Just both teams, yeah, as you said, playing off the EMP spawn and going quickly. 14 and 30 from Shotzi. It hasn't been the best map, but honestly, they're not out of this one quite yet. 30 seconds to go. But 04, he's playing the spot he needs to. He takes down the EMP carrier. Well, now he is just wasting time as much as he can. All his teammates now are off spawn.
You got to get a score in a hurry here if you're going to have any chance to do this with the overtime score rules. And everyone's going to get wiped from the board outside of Hook. That might be the kills that seal it. Abuza finds the final one. 10 seconds to go. You're all off a spawn. They just have to fly out and hope to win miraculous gunfights. It is not going to happen. It's a FaZe 3-0. They've got to be fired up with that result. They had the grueler of a schedule to start. You're playing 4 of the top 5 teams, I mean, including themselves, like 4 of the 4 top teams from their POV. You're thinking 2-2 you're happy with. 3-1 is incredible.
No, a great showing from them, but this was absolutely the best they have looked.
100%.
They survived through Search and Destroy and winning 1 respawn, just getting to a map 5 here. Much different, just a great slaying effort from all 4 guys.
Yeah.
Team effort still showed in the Search and Destroy. Yeah, man, FaZe looking to play.
No, that's what, like, the Hardpoint was exactly what we kind of hoped for them. Like, it's been like this Simp show, but it hasn't been enough to win. This, he didn't have a crazy map, but they're able to win the Hardpoint, and then 2 and 3, he takes over. Like, he had incredible maps 2 and 3. Ian's, what, 29 and 18, but hell, he's got the lowest damage on the team. So
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, it is a team effort. That is incredible stuff. And Shotzi, yeah, maybe it's a NPC thing, or maybe he's just struggling right now, but in the respawns, he got beat up a bit. He did.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the NPC's just not that good.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it has its moments for sure, but yeah, I just think it was just attention to detail was FaZe. They had to pick up sort of his routes when he was going on them. We saw it.
I think Abuza killed him on a route like 6 times in a row or something. I'm exaggerating, but like it felt like
it.
He was the guy. It was like your job, like make sure he doesn't get through. And that's not how it works exactly, but he did a really great job of it. 3-0 for FaZe. I'll be honest. I think you and I